Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Myrna Tam-Natividad, and she's more well known as Mommy Negosyo, or call her Mommy N. Ano siya? She works together with DTI Negosyo Center, and she has a lot of mentoring sessions, coaching sessions, and she also has her own online programs to help women to pursue their business. Siyempre, di ba, parang alam naman natin how difficult it is to navigate the world of business if we don't know, if we don't know anything about it. So, Mommy N is here to share her story because it also wasn't easy for her when she started. And you know what? I met her through Coach Mel. If you remember her, she was also my guest back in back in January when we were talking about goal setting. Yun, si Mel Profeta during that time. So, if you remember her, I met Mommy N through Coach Mel. Kaya parang same community, and we all have different platforms where we choose to serve. So, let's all welcome Mommy N. Hi, Mommy N. Kamusta po kayo?
Hello, mabuti naman. Thank you very much for that introduction, Michelle, and welcome to your viewers dito sa Soul Talk. Yay.
I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Kasi
Ako rin.
I remember when I had that parang angel calling na parang it's a webinar or parang ganon, webinar with Coach Mel. You were one of the participants. And I really, really appreciated that you attended. Kasi konti lang eh. Pero ako personally, alam mo, I really asked na, sana maliit lang yung audience para, alam mo yun, it will be more intimate, it would be more, parang mas malalim yung sharing. And you were one of the participants who attended. So I really remembered you. And now I'm seeing a lot of posts that you're doing, yung mga online programs mo, and even the book. It's like, oh my God, she's so prolific when it comes to helping. So ayun, kaya I really invited you, and I really, really wanted to hear what it is that you could share to all the viewers, not just in my community, but also of course to share na rin to the others na rin. Ayun. So I'm so happy you're here. How are you? With all
I'm
the things
good.
that's happening. With all the things. How busy are you ba talaga?
Medyo busy-busy. I'm good. And nakita mo naman kahit na dun sa webinar, ang kulit ko, dami kong questions, di ba? Kasi yung motto ko talaga, if I will do something, then I better do it well. If I will attend a webinar, I should focus kesa naman yung kung attending lang the webinar for the sake, di ba? So I give it my 100%. And I'd like to thank you. Michelle, kasi life-changing talaga yung siguro a little bit more than an hour lang tayong nag-usap tungkol sa angels, no? But you have really, just by that talk, natanggal yung fears ko about yung, siyempre, alam mo na, pag maliit yung space, parang feel mo may mumumu ka na katabi. Parang, wala, they are just angels and they are there to take care of me. And I know that I have angels that I can ask to help me. Yun yung nawala sa akin na fear. And actually, I did not even remember your name, basta there was one lady who talked about angels. Kaya when you came, sabi ko, ay, si Michelle pala yun. She must be the one. Yeah, so thank you for that. No? So going back to your question, kumusta na ako? Busy. Really busy dahil my day starts at 12 ng tanghali. Dahil before that tulog pa ako, no? Tapos I start doing coaching and mentoring from that time after going to the bathroom and all, taking breakfast until about mga 9 p.m. Kaya lang naman ako humihinto dahil wala nang gustong magpa-coach ng 9 to 10 kasi antok na sila, ako gising pa. So sometimes I greet people good morning at 1 o'clock nag-good morning ako na because in my mind morning pa rin yun. So yun. And after 9 p.m. I work on my lessons. The lessons kasi meron akong grupo na mine-mentor. I have a I've been mentoring a group, and now I'm starting another group that of ladies that I will mentor from zero knowledge, walang kaalam-alam, to successful business owners na. So yun yung journey na yon na na-feel ko, ang daming nagtuturo nito, pero ang binibigay nila ay puro lessons lang at walang hand-holding, walang coaching. And kaya meron akong coaches in the afternoon, but in the evening, ginagawa ko yung mga lessons. I record videos, I make PowerPoints and all of those things to help them in the journey. Kasi di man pwedeng puro coaching, dapat meron ding mga inputs. So yon, that's what keeps me busy.
Pero other
Exciting,
than
ano?
being, other than being a businesswoman, I'm sure you also have background in teaching, kundi parang mahihirapan din kayo sa pag-coach, sa pag-mentor, and you're creating learning materials. It's not just about, di ba? Iba yun.
Right.
Parang,
Right. Kaya,
what is it in your past experiences that really helped you to
naku,
be mommy N right now?
lagot ka, Michelle, nagtanong ka ng past. You're gonna open a Pandora's box. You know, I'm 66, so that means you'll have to listen to 66 years of story. But anyway, my past, no, even as early as 3 years old, I really wanted to be a teacher. That other kids would play bahay-bahayan, I would play teacher-teacheran at pinipilit ko yung mga siblings ko to sit down. Ay, upo kayo, ito yung lesson. And so I became a teacher. Even if my father said, my parents were both teachers and they failed in business many times. So my father wanted me to take up a business course, a business program, but I said no, I want to be a teacher. And therefore, I finished my master's degree and I taught math. I only taught for 8 years actually. After that, part of me was bored already. Kasi parang pag teacher ka sa school, para kang parrot, you repeat the same thing again and again. Especially sa math, wala namang nangyayari na bago sa math. Well, not many things are happening in the area of math. So part of me was getting bored, but part of me was because of my baby. Nung pinanganak yung baby ko, kami ng husband ko, we were okay. But when our baby was 1 month old, my husband lost his job. He became jobless. And we were searching for businesses for him. Medyo hirap kami at that moment. And nabuhay kami, we were staying with our in-laws, and nabuhay kami na sweldo ko lang yung inaasahan. But then, one day when I was counting my money, my sahod, I realized that naku, lumalaki yung baby. No? This is the first baby, so I did not know what to expect. And at a certain point, I said, this will be kulang for her to buy her milk. Kulang na kulang ito. So, ang lakas niyang dumede. Yung other babies are only taking this much, sa kanya doble since she was born. And therefore, biglang siguro, I think it must have been my maternal instinct na my baby has to survive, parang ganon. No? So kahit na ayaw ko mag-business, ayaw ko because I felt I went through the painful experiences of my parents doing business. Kaya it was a no-no for me. But then I said, wala na ibang racket. Hindi ko kayang mag-tutor dahil wala na akong time. My baby needs me. Wala na akong ibang pwedeng gawin kundi magbenta. So what I did was I asked the co-teachers. Actually, mahiyain ako kahit na nagtuturo ako, wala akong masyadong friends na teachers. But I asked them, I said, what can I sell to you? What do you need? And some of them said, hinapalan ko talaga yung mukha ko. Sabi niya, gusto namin bigas kasi ang hirap pumunta sa market to buy bigas. If you can sell us bigas by the sack, dati yung sako 50 kilos pa wala pa nung kalahati. Can sell us by the sack, tapos you let us pay 1 month to pay, 2 paydays, and that would be very helpful. Ganon. So I started selling rice, no? So wala akong puhunan. Kaya yung actually ngayon, when people tell me they cannot start a business dahil walang puhunan, wala rin akong puhunan, kundi lakas ng loob lang So what I did was I asked my husband to accompany me. We went to her auntie na nagbebenta ng bigas and we said, pwede bang kumuha kami ng bigas sa inyo? Tapos we pay as the customers pay on consignment. And sabi niya, sige, I'll help you. So gano'n. So that was how we started. No? So I would earn only, believe it or not, bigas was only 130 pesos a sack. And 15 pesos yung kinikita ko. 2 of that, 2 sako, kinocompute ko sa mind ko. 2 sako ng bigas equals 1 can of milk for my baby. Ganon. Yun yung aking target. I have to sell this much, this many sacks to make, to have enough for my baby. So yun yung nag-motivate sa akin. And at a certain point, yung iba ayaw ng bigas, gusto eggs. Yung iba naman, plancha na lang. O kaya na lang, what do you call this? Yung mga oven toaster, kasi kailangan namin sa bahay. So, nagkaroon ako ng maraming kaibigan. I was teaching in Ateneo de Zamboanga. I was supposed to be only in the college department. Ang mga friends ko hanggang sa grade school, hanggang mga gwardiya, hanggang sa grad school. Dami kong mga friends dahil tinapalan ko yung mukha ko and I offered what I had for them. So from there, napunta ako sa watches until somebody ordered, a co-teacher, si Paul Bernardo, ordered a ring. Sabi niya, I want a diamond ring, hanap mo ako. So lahat ng ito hinanap ko sa mga classmates ko. All of these, yung mga appliances, I would go to my classmates sa high school and ask them, pwede ba akong mangutang na pera kundi stocks, I will bring this, kung ano yung magustuhan, tapos kung hindi ko mabenta, soli ko sa iyo. But when it was jewelry, I found na, ang saya naman pala ng jewelry kasi hindi ko na kailangan bitbitin. In fact, I earned the nickname, bago ako naging mommy and dati, I was walking grocery. When I would pass by, sasabihin ng mga co-teachers ko, ayan na si walking grocery, sabi ng gano'n. No? So, dami kong bit araw-araw. So, yun. So, from there, I started to see that jewelry was easier because it wasn't difficult to no lug around. So nilagay ko sa wallet and all. And I started selling na jewelry. Until finally, meron ng some teachers said, can we help you sell the jewelry as well? We have some friends. So sabi ko, sige. Nagkaroon ako ng ahente-ahente. And from there, I said, malaki na yung sweldo ko. Malaki na yung kinikita ko kaysa sa sweldo. And I want to have more time with my baby. My world revolved around my baby. So at a certain point, I decided to let go and resign and devote my time. So that was my first business, the jewelry business. So yun. That was when I started. So that was, that was 40 years ago. May 40 years, gusto mo pang magkwento pa ako?
Pero that was the first, di ba?
That was the first.
Legitimate business that you had.
Right.
Yung may papeles na talaga, yung gano'n.
Oo. So, actually, wala pang papeles noon kasi agent, papel-papel pa lang. Dahil nga agent, merong dumayo na swindler, went to Zamboanga, and victimized a lot of people. So, hindi ako na-victimize personally, pero yung mga agents ko na-victimize. And since na-victimize sila, meaning to say that she would buy one jewelry, make a down payment, tapos get another one, and then down payment. Sila naman tuwan-tuwa, kuha sa akin. So, ako naman give ng give. By that time, I already had lumago na yung capital ko kasi pinapaikot namin mag-asawa. And then from there, na-swindle kami, we found out, and a lot of these were also utang from our suppliers. We had suppliers na in Manila that time. So what happened was, nabaon kami sa utang. Because aside from nawala yung pera namin, nabaon kami sa utang, we could not run after our agents kasi most of them were friends and relatives. At saka wala naman talaga silang ibibigay. So because of that, we decided, sabi ng husband ko, let's not do this business anymore. Instead, let's convert this to a store. So let's open a store. Doon na nagkaroon ng papeles. So we opened a little store. I talked to a friend who was opening a department store. Sabi ko, pwede bang bigyan mo ako ng isang corner dyan? 1 meter lang yung aking first store. 1 corner. And so that I can display my jewelry. And wala nang utang from that time on. It was all layaway and cash. So
Oo.
they were very generous naman. So they allowed us to have that one. Tapos, after 2 months, another classmate was opening. Maswerte ako mga classmates ko, no? At that time, they were already, well off. So they were opening na naman ng department store. So I talked to that other classmate and opened the second store and a third store. So wow, saya ng buhay, no? So mukhang okay na, no? But then I did not know accounting. As I was saying, nako, Michelle, mabuti ka. Alam na alam, gamay na gamay mo yan. I did not know accounting. I was a math, I had a master's degree in math from Ateneo, but I hated doing accounting. So sabi ko, basta benta lang ako ng benta, okay na. Not knowing that because we were borrowing money and the money that I had over inventory. Sobrang inventory ko tapos konti lang yung nabebenta. Punong-puno yung istante ko, tuwan-tuwa ako. Pero utang, syempre nangungutang ako. And yung pala, slowly, ini-eat up na ng interest yung aming sales. I thought since I could sell so much, I was doing well. Pero hindi. So I thought, oh, maybe there's something wrong with this business. So might as well open another business. And another business. Mas okay siguro to. Hindi rin eh. Mas okay. Each business has its peculiarity. Meron siyang problema, yung bawat negosyo. Sa jewelry, the problem was in the inventory. You need to maintain a lot of inventory before you can sell. Because people will not want to buy if iisa lang yun. Dapat kung pipili sila ng isang sing-sing, dapat you have maybe 50 rings or 20 rings at least, di ba? So, natutulog ang pera.
Options, no?
Mm-hmm. So the next thing we went to is yung school nga, we had a franchise of STI at that time. That was when it was started also. So yun, okay naman yun. Kaya lang pag walang nag-enroll, you have to pay the teachers the whole year. teka muna, and also the employees. So iba na naman problema, no? So hanap na naman ako ng iba. Until finally, talagang nabaon kami sa utang. No? One utang after the other. I did not know I did not know that a business pala, you have to stick to it. That's another lesson that I had to learn the very hard way. Nobody, no book will tell you, no professor will tell you that you stick to a business for a few years until it makes money. Kasi nag-uumpisa pa lang. No? So, enroll kung saan-saan. I even went back to school actually. Sabi ko baka I need to take a business course. I should listen to my father. Nag-enroll ako ng mga 2 semesters. Ang daming memorization. Ayoko na mag-memorize. And I could not see how those memorization would help me in my business. So I quit. And then I attended seminars, read so many books, and tried to find my way out. But still, year after year after year, palaki ng utang, lumulubog-lubog kami sa utang. Until finally one day, I said, okay, wala na, no? And problema na, even me and my husband, because of the big problems, nagkakagulo-gulo na kami. I've been trying to make the business work, pero my kids, naiiwanan na yung mga bata. So basta magulo na, very chaotic. And at a certain point when I saw the utang and I saw that there was no way to pay it, I decided to quit. And I decided to kill myself. Actually, I decided to kill myself. Hindi nag-work. Sabi ko, ano ba? Napaka-stupid ko naman, Lord. I would pray. I've been so stupid that I could not make businesses run. I could not even kill myself. I've been trying to do it many times. Each attempt that I do, somebody else would get hurt. For example, sabi ko magpapasagasa ako dyan sa bus na yan pagdating na yan. Bago ako mapunta doon sa bus na yon, somebody would pumuntik ng masagasaan. Tapos sasabihin ko, Lord, hindi siya ako Bakit siya yung gusto mong sagasaan? And then I saw kuryente, magpapakuryente ako dyan. Teka muna, magme-makeup ako para kunyari na aksidente ako. Kasi I was insured. So sabi ko, para at least, di ba, double indemnity. Makeup muna kunyari. Tapos biglang sasabihin sa akin ng sister-in-law ko, ate, kamuntik na akong nakuryente doon. Tapos sabi ko, Lord, ano ba? Hindi siya eh, ako. You're
Oh
electrocuting
my
the wrong
God.
person. So every time I attempt, marami pang attempts. I cannot talk about them already, all of them. No? Pero maraming attempts and each time I would do it, somebody would get hurt. Parang, kumbaga, tanga mo naman. If you don't get the message, ayaw ka talagang kunin. Ano gusto mo? Merong madisgrasya in your place. Parang, okay, fine. Okay, so, yeah. Oh, the most horrible thing was the Bangkok pills. Uso nun, sabi nila maraming namamatay sa Bangkok pills. Nakulak naman ako ng Bangkok pills. Hindi pa rin. Groggy na lang talaga. Parang kaya ko dun sa bed for several days. Hindi talaga ako kunin. Talaga. So in one of those dark moments, it was so bad that I could not even cry. I was full of anger and you know, one day ay parang, ba't ayaw mo pa akong kunin? Sabi kong ganon. Ewan ko, no? Take me. Parang tapos na because I don't know how to get out of this already. My marriage is breaking apart. My kids are a mess. The businesses are hopeless. I don't know anymore where to go. Parang bigla na lang after I verbalized that, parang biglang tumahimik yung mundo ko. Tapos parang medyo na-feel ko, it's not a sound, I don't know. It's something that says, hindi pa time, may mission ka pa. Parang ganon. Parang at that point, sabi ko, sige, fine, Lord, fine. Kung may mission ako, then help me get out of this because it's a mess. I don't know how to get out of it anymore. But then what I felt, alam mo, Michelle, was peace. After that, parang peace na gano'n. Nawala na yung aking takot, anger, and also, yeah. I was living day by day. One day, naisipan ng husband ko na, okay, let's sit down nga, tingnan nga natin, ano na ba yung utang natin, gano'n. And we sat down and for the first time after so many years, we were able to talk, as in talk. You know? Ito yung problema, ito yung ganyan. Tapos he made the commitment, sige, let's work together. Kasi dati parang away-away kami. Ba't mo ginawa to? Bakit ganyan? Sabi sa'yo. So, let's work together. Hiwalay natin. These decisions I will do. These decisions, you take care of it. Hiwalayin natin yung functions ng mga business. We were running 5 businesses at the same time. At first, ang ginawa namin, para wala na lang away, etong 3 sa iyo, etong 2 sa akin, para walang away. But still, we were both sinking. But when we started to join together, slowly things started to work. Dahan-dahan. We got the right advice, synchronicity na. No? We got the right advice at the right moment. The people came at the right moment. And alam mo, blessing, dahil for 40 years we were failing, but never pumutok ang isa kong cheque. Because at the right moment, let's say I need 200,000, puputok na. May tatawag bigla, hey, I have 200,000 here. Do you need 200,000? Yes! Biglang habol sa bangko deposit. Ganon. Ganon ka synchronicity, ganon katindi, grabe. So you could really feel God's hand. Kasi why not 150,000? Why not 250,000? Di ba? 200 ang kailangan ko, 200 will arrive. So, ganoon lang. So, it was just an open trust. I was not even yung prayerful, yung nakikita niyong araw-araw nagsising. Hindi ako ganon. Tapos yung parang, I would just talk to him. And slowly things started to work out. So, yun. 30 years of being in the pits. Tapos, siguro mga 5 years of turning it around. 3 to 5 years. Tapos after 5 years, I said, okay, wala na. Nag-zero out na yung utang namin. Many millions. So, nung nag-zero out na, so started to earn na yung business. Parang, may pera na talaga kami. No? So, I was also starting to turn over the businesses to my kids. And in God's grace, my kids decided to come home one by one. So 3 na silang nandoon ngayon na nag-handle ng business. So dahan-dahan, na-turnover ko na. And when I turned 60, I wanted to retire na pero one more year pa, 61, sige. So, 61, I decided, wala na, kaya nyo na. No? And I realized na ito pala yung mission ko. Kasi noon pa, no, even when I was suffering, even when I was turning it around, even when okay na yung buhay, nandyan talaga yung nasa puso ko na I would always convince people, even my own employees, sabi ka ng husband ko, sira ka ba? Kino-convince mong mag-negosyo, mawawalan tayo ng empleyado. Hindi nafe-feel ko talaga she will be successful in this, in this, in this. I've been trying to help people to start businesses na even there, andun na yung seed na na-plant. So after retirement, yon, I saw siya na sino, biglang dumating. I met siya before. I attended already a book writing seminar, pero nothing happened. Pero this time, when her ad appeared, sabi ko, this time I will write. And that was when I was trying to think of, decide between, should I write my dissertation for my doctorate or should I write the book? I think the book will help more people. So I set aside yung dissertation, which until now is still pending. So I wrote the first book, and then kala ko madaling magbenta, lagay mo lang sa National Bookstore, nabebenta na. Hindi pala, kailangan mo palang i-market. So kailangan ko palang ng virtual assistant. So the first goal was just to sell the book. But after I asked people for help, they started posting it on social media to sell the book. And that was when people started, I got inquiries from all over the world. No? Meron taga Canada, meron talagang mga Pinoy na who wanted to start a business. So yun, dahan-dahan, I moved from helping people grow their business, tapos hindi pala, helping OFWs, mahirap pala kasi I cannot make them come home and start a simple business. So actually, at many points I wanted to give up na. Until this pandemic, nung nagka-pandemic, na-lockdown kami dito sa Manila. And di ba, sarap, saya ng buhay dahil ang internet dito, super ganda compared to Zamboanga. Had nothing to do, and somebody contacted me and said, can I give a talk to some people in the hospitality industry who will be retrenched? And the management wanted me to teach them how to do business, how to start a business. So sabi ko, sige. So when I started it, guess what? More than 100 people were there, pero only 2 said yes. Only 2 said yes. I was charging them, sige, kailangan may bayad, 500 pesos a month para may commitment. Only 2 because the rest were still looking for ways to apply to another job.
Find another job, yeah.
Oo. Tapos yung dalawang yon, after those two did not last long actually. Pero sabi ko, dalawa lang, boring naman tong dalawa lang ang kakausapin ko. So I posted an announcement sa aking Facebook. And many people came. Dumating, more than half of the people I attracted were actually freelancers, virtual assistants, napagod na magtrabaho sa gabi. Gusto nila something they can do in the daytime and all of those. So I was able to form a community of 11 nga. One of them is an OFW. Actually, dalawang OFW, pero yung isa nagstay as OFW, so she did not continue. I've been helping them since January. Tapos, etong isang OFW, talagang pauwi na sila. And I'm very proud of them kasi mag-asawa, they are now in Siargao, they are doing well. They're doing well, they have established na their business. And they are parang ready to grow it na. So yun. So yun ang buhay ko ngayon. So what keeps me, what's my oxygen now? Talagang seeing how these ladies started with nothing, no knowledge at all. Tapos ngayon, they can talk to me already about how much is my profit, what is my target, yung mga ganun. When we do our one-on-one monthly meetings. Haba na ang sinabi ko.
Pero ang ganda.
Nahihiya tuloy ako. Yeah, sinasabi ko, don't
it's
open a Pandora's
beautiful.
box.
It's
Thank you.
even that, di ba? But then, for some of the people who may be listening to this one, it may be a huge Pandora box kasi it will open up their world. And di ba usually when transformation happens, kailangan talaga may chaos muna. So baka
Right.
di ba, parang magising, magising, yun, to awaken, to what is the possibility. Kasi your mentees, despite the pandemic, they started businesses. Tapos they're
Oh,
doing well right now. So, hindi excuse ang pandemic.
tama.
It's
Tama.
never an
Actually,
excuse.
yeah. Actually, a lot of people have started this pandemic and they are doing very well. You'll be shocked. Tapos yung mga may negosyo, sila dahil negative yung iniisip nila, ay paano na lang, ganyan-ganyan. Sila yung naghihirap ngayon. Kasi they're angry at the government, they're angry at bakit hindi sila pinapautang and all. But that's not the solution. So yun.
Yes, actually, yung mga kakilala ko who really somehow are thriving, they transitioned. They
Hmm.
transitioned. They were able to turn around the business model. Kasi kung
Yeah,
yung
yeah.
dati, it really won't work during,
Yes,
during pandemic. But then,
tama.
it can transition para
Mhm.
mag-work siya to the environment right now. So,
Yeah.
amazing. I am really impressed. So, during this pandemic, ang laki ng changes, 'di ba? Parang when you started mentoring, parang teka, maling target audience, maling target audience hanggang sa nahanap mo yung correct target audience, and that's when you somehow found your mission. So it's parang masasabi mo ba during this pandemic when it's so clear to you what it is that God wanted you to do?
Yeah. Tama, no? Kasi before the pandemic, parang, yeah, there is a mission, pero well, we are enjoying our retirement. So since 2016, punta kami sa Zamboanga, Manila. So every month we're going to Zamboanga, Manila, staying in Zamboanga most of the time. But we also visited friends sa US, and naging lola ako sa London because my one daughter is there. So meron kaming our own one and only grandchild. So yun, wrote a book, shot a few YouTube videos, tapos wala na. But then, nung nagka-lockdown, kaya kami napunta dito. It was because my son wanted to put up a business. So sabi niya, I will put up the business starting March 1. So Feb pa lang last week, nandito na kami sa Manila. So he started his video editing. And this son is actually college dropout siya. He did not want to go to school. We forced him to go to college. He made it to UP Diliman, made the exam. So, but then, nung nandoon na, hindi talaga niya type. So, gusto niya maging streamer. To be, what do we call this? Esports daw, hindi games, sabing gano'n. So, nasa esports siya. So, he would stream esports. He would be a
Okay.
shoutcaster sa mga
Mm-mm.
activities. O, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Sa atin yun, games lang yan online games. Hindi, esports ang
Video
tawag
win.
doon. Yes, that's a term. So, I had to learn everything. And then finally, at first I was frustrated that he dropped out. Pero nung pandemic na, he got employed. Sabi ko, sige, drop out ka, basta kailangan magkatrabaho ka. So he did not look for a job. The job chased after him because he was a streamer. And he got a job in a company for 10 months. And dun sa 10 months na yon, finally, he parang nag-grow up siya bigla. Dahil na siya may trabaho na. And sadly, the company folded up after 10 months. Pero he got to know video editing, got to know all the people, the whole process.
Very
And
smart and intelligent, no?
yes, he
Ganun.
is. Yeah, I'm very proud of him. He's my youngest. Yan yung napabayaan sa TV. Lumaki sa TV dahil na yung nanay nagwawala na. Hindi na alam anong gagawin. So what he did was, sabi niya, I will put up my video editing studio with my friends there, the people that he met. So sige, nag-construction and all, tapos put up na, sabi ko, kailangan nito ng suporta kasi hindi 2 years lang ng college. So anong alam niya, no? So I really need to help him. So let's go to Manila. Sabi ko, pag ganun-ganun na lang kami. Boring na din mag-travel abroad because we've been there. So we came here and yes, lo and behold, na-lockdown kami. Kala namin sandali lang. Sandali lang.
Tagal, no?
Sabi, andito pa yung mga anak namin iba eh. So sabi ko, sige, uwi na kayo lahat. Kami na lang. Kayo nang bahala sa negosyo doon. Basta kami dito. Yan. So, yan. We're never able to go home na. So, yun. Nung umpisa ng pandemic, I was really cool. My body clock started to shift na hindi ko na alam kung anong oras na hindi ako makatulog. I was not feeling any fear or anything, pero parang siguro, ewan ko ba, nasanay na yata ako ng hindi ko na-feel yung aking fear. So, I was worried about the businesses. Actually, we closed down 2 businesses, yung isang pension house at saka yung STI school namin after 28 years, we finally closed it down. Pension house was 18 years. It had to be closed down because wala nang ang owner ng building binenta the whole building to somebody else. So we had to leave. No? So alam mo, nabuhay ako doon. I binge watch Mind Valley videos para to keep my sanity. Lahat yata ng mga Mind Valley courses tinake ko na. Puwera lang yung mga exercises kasi hindi ko kaya.
Nag-annual membership ka kung gano'n.
Oo, talaga.
You subscribe.
I subscribe because at least parang you get to go inside kasi personal development courses naman yon.
Yes.
No? So, yeah. And I also enrolled in other online courses and I made a lot of friends. No? So yun. Some of those friends nga are students of mine sa aking beta version yung 1 whole year. Kaya yun yung naging parang sa pandemic, siyempre there's the fear, no? We lost some friends nga, hindi ba, during that time na kala mo okay sila tapos biglang wala na, no? Yun yung painful part. But yung blessing naman sa pandemic is because of all of this chaos, na-clarify yung yung direction ko. And I made a lot of friends. Like you are a friend but we never met, di ba? Masaya.
Oo. Actually, I can also relate to that kasi during the pandemic, I met so many people. And it's so surprising. I formed so many relationships, even if it's just through online.
Yeah.
That's the amazing part. That's the amazing part talaga. Ang galing.
Especially for an introvert like me. Like if you see me, ang daldal ko, no? Pero if you meet me talaga sa labas, hindi ako masyadong magdadaldal kung hindi ko kilala. I would always be invisible. Pero dito kasi parang okay lang. You can be yourself.
Yes. I'm sure you're getting so much, satisfaction and fulfillment from mentoring. Pero not only that, kasi as a teacher, we also learn from our mentees, from our students.
Oh, yes.
What are the parang new additional learnings that you have received during this time of pandemic when you started, to really mentor this group of 10, di ba? 10 women.
Yeah. 11, I hope the other one will still come back and join the next batch, di ba? Pag ready na siya. Pero yeah, 10 women are still finishing strong, no? So the biggest lesson ngayon is that all things happen for a reason. Okay? And when I look back, it will always be a good reason. No? I don't know, some people might get hurt or offended because they lost loved ones. And pero even when my father passed and my mother passed, it was very painful. But when you look back, parang it's good na lang na they went ahead na at least hindi na nila to nadaanan itong mga masasakit na moments na to na malalockdown sila and all of these things. No? So lockdown for me, it caused a lot of fear, a lot of pain, and a lot of death. Pero it can also bring about blessings. No? So siguro para for me, I'll always look at the blessings instead of focusing on the pain. Yeah, I'll experience the pain, go through the pain, know that it's just a process. But at the end, also look at the other side. Kasi everything naman, may duality na parang, there's always the painful side or the black side and always the light side. Yeah. So ngayon parang mas na ako, mas resilient in terms of gano'n. Pag may nangyayaring negative, may nabasag, may nahulog dati, hay nako, ganyan. Ayun, okay, it must have had a reason for that. Parang gano'n, parang just, it's okay.
No, pero right now, could you say that because of your mentoring, you're more energized and you're more, you really look forward to life, even at 60s? Kasi maraming takot na umabot ng 60s takot sa retirement age. But then, you're a living testament that, 60s could be so fun.
Oo, 60s is really fun. Depends on how you look at it, no? A lot of my friends are enjoying playing with their grandchildren. So, fun para sa kanila yon. Ako, I enjoy playing with my granddaughter actually, but since she's in London and it's hard, na ngayon merong good news na magbubukas na daw ang London, pero iniisip namin, teka, Berna, maginaw na doon, teka muna, let's wait a little bit, maybe after. And I don't want to be spending Christmas there away from the other children also. So, yon. So, what makes me energized? No, I've been through a lot of pain and suffering na for 30 years, no. At the end, kahit na hindi ako madasalin, kahit na masaway akong anak, pero God is good, and that's one thing I hold on to, no? And suffering, all the suffering that I went through for these 66 years are all pruning, because at the end, when I look back, I know that needed to happen. This thing needed to happen to me. My mother needed to die on that year, because if not, so, nakita ko na pruning yon. No? And in every pain, I become stronger. So, He allowed me. No? So, I'm sorry for those who are not religious. Because I'm not religious also. You might think that I'm one of the preachers of the Hindi. For me, it's just something that I know in my heart. He allowed all of this para I can learn the lessons, so that I can share this with others. Just imagine, kung okay na okay yung business ko noon, ano na lang siguro ang buhay ko. Ngayon, wala akong masishare, di ba? But since I went through all of that, and now when I look at the 10 ladies that I'm mentoring and the future mentees that I have, no, the people I talk to with my daily Facebook Live. I started a daily Facebook Live 3 days ago. So I don't know how long I can maintain it. Pero ang sabi ko talaga sa kanila, as long as meron kayong question, meron kayong topic na gusto nyong pag-usapan ko, I will continue this Facebook Live para sa inyo. No? So, lahat na yon, no? And I really, alam mo, Michelle, I feel so, parang eager ako na ilabas yung lahat. Kasi sabi ko, lalabas yan nasa Facebook yan, nasa YouTube yan, nasa video yan. I'm 66, how long will I be able to do this, di ba? So, I want to piga myself na ilabas ko na lahat ng nalaman ko kasi sayang yung buhay ko na I went through all of this suffering tapos walang nakinabang, di ba? So, I might as well, ikwento ko ng ikwento kung merong gustong makinig. Baka naman merong matulungan. Lalo na sa ating mga Filipino ladies. We have a different environment eh. Ang Pilipina kasi, negosyante ka pero nanay ka pa rin. Tapos you're expected to be an asawa to your asawa. So yung tatlong roles na yun, napakabigat. Ang hirap i-balanse. And there's nobody to go to. I tried going to people, they just laughed me off. So I was so alone. So the only solace that I had were books, but books were written that time. Books were written by foreigners who had a different culture. So yun. So I'm here na parang, Lord, tigain mo ko para lumabas na itong lahat na to kasi sayang nawawala itong mga lessons na to. In fact, so funny kasi sabi ko, I want to go to London kasi manganganak that daughter was gonna give birth gave birth actually to twins last April. So, nung naka-lockdown kami the whole year last night, parang last year, I did not want to focus on being Mommy Negosyo. I want to be Lola. I want to be Lola. Let me go there. Should I even give my all here? No? Again, I was ambivalent for many, many months. And then eventually one day I just heard it. You're not going anywhere anyway. Yun, napaka-clear. Sabi, you're not going anywhere anyway. Oo nga, I'm not going anywhere anyway. Ba't ko ba iniisip yung London? Eh kahit na manganganak siya, hindi naman ako makapunta doon. Ay, kalimutan. So, I really want to fly now dahil twins, lumalaki na yung twins. Ang cute-cute, no? But then, I'm not going anywhere anyway. So, sige. Nung Facebook Live opportunity came, sige, I will piga myself, give it my all, share everything I know, all the lessons that I have learned to whoever cares to listen so that I've been fully used up when I go. So yun yung aking ano. No? So having a mission larger than myself, that's what keeps me going talaga. Kasi kung ako lang, okay na ako eh. No, sabi ko nga, you can get me, take me anywhere. No? Pero sabi ko, you saved me from the pits. Eh. You restored my life, my family, my businesses, my relationships. I know that there's a reason for this. It's because you love your children so much. Hindi lang ako, sila din. Kaya siguro, inallow mong mangyari para I can share it with others. So, sabi nila, focus on a number. Sabi ko, sige, 10,000 women ang gusto kong tulungan. Kailangan daw time bound. O sige, within the next 5 years. Kaya ngayon.
Ano, smart goals eh. No?
Diba? Dapat smart goals. Sabi ko, sige. So, sayang my tears and sayang ang tears ng mga loved ones ko kung walang makikinabang. So, that energizes me. Whenever I feel nervous, whenever I feel na naku, less than, meron akong self-doubt, teka muna, it's not about me. It's about the people who will listen to me. So, and I'm energized by their feedback also. Masisya ka na lang sasabihin, thank you, I was just in this position dahil sa kwento mo, I now know how to move forward. Parang, wow, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Diba? So, yun. Yeah, sorry, nag-overtalk na naman ako.
You know, I love the things that you're saying, and you know the stories that you're sharing. It's a privilege actually to be hearing it. Na tayo lang one-on-one ganyan. I know that the conversation will be shared naman to the communities, diba? But then it's really a privilege, and it's true what you're saying that, diba, pigain mo na. Parang we only have one life. Whether we're in our 30s, 60s, diba, it doesn't matter. Pigain mo ang buhay, diba? Oo. Yun yung parang to be of service really, and to share what it is that we have and our knowledge, our resources that could help so many people. So I really, really admire that, what you're doing right now. And kasi hindi ka lang teacher eh. What you're teaching is actually the practical things. What's really applicable in real life. A lot of times, sad to say, the academe sometimes, they can be out of touch with reality. There are some who are practicing, so okay yon. But then there are also some na parang out of touch yon. So, but hearing you now, I just love what you're saying, and parang naisip ko, oo nga no, parang di naman pwede na books lang or yung research. You have to make sure that it also has some impact to lives. So thank you so much for sharing that to me and reminding me of what my role is as a teacher as well. Pero
Thank
pero Mommy Ed, ito, before we end the conversation, how could you, ano ba yung mindset na dapat meron ang isang tao? What kind of attitude should the person have? What kind of heart should the person have? So that we could, just focus on the goals and yet still be happy. Kasi meron iba na sobrang focus nga sa goals pero stress na stress, nagpapanik, di ba? Yung parang nagwawala. Ano ba yun? Parang how are you able to find that harmony inside of you na, yes, you have this mindset na focus sa goals, and yet you're at peace with what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, aside from mindset, no, I talked a little about the mindset na kanina, no, but it's more on my practice now. I have many teachers, so I have a teacher from India who taught me to meditate. 'Di ba? Ang tagal ko na nag-aaral na mag-meditate. Ang hirap kaya, no? Tapos sabi niya, madali lang. Ito yung gawin mo. So this was liberating for me. Actually, I got this lesson only a month ago, and this helped me be who I am today. Because a month ago, I was not like this. So meditate 2 times a day. Ha, 2 times a day, 2 times a day. So this is what I do. Upon waking up, syempre go to the CR, and after that, go back, I have a chair beside my bed. So I would sit and just breathe. Just focus on my breathing lang. So inhale lang, exhale. Wala lang. Pag may thoughts, just let the thoughts go. O anong gagawin ko ngayon? Sige, bahala na. So iba na naman. So yun. No, until siguro mga ano lang yan, mga 10 minutes, 15 minutes, upo lang. Upo. Total yung brain mo naman, relax pa naman dahil you came from sleep. So I get download sometimes. Sometimes there will be ideas that come to me. So yon. And then at night, the last thing I do before sleeping, of course, you go to the CR and all, clean yourself up and all. And then before just lying on the bed, I sit down because I cannot sit. Sabi ng teacher ko, you can sit on the bed, but I find it uncomfortable sitting on my bed. So I would just sit sa chair beside my bed. So I would just sit there and do breathing. Parang in-slow down ko lang yung aking breathing. That's the goal lang. Parang, okay, let's say, ang hinga natin mabilis. So I just slow it down until I really feel very, very relaxed na parang, okay, tama na to, sleep na ako, hakit na ako sa bed. So yun lang ang ginagawa ko. So the evening one is parang letting go of whatever it is. So ang mindset ko is kasi, when we are in deep pain, it's easy, when we're angry, when we are emotional, it's easy to forget that God is in control. So, ang mindset ko talaga is, sino ba ako? Diyos ba ako? Hindi naman ako Diyos. So, kung hindi ko nagawa itong bagay na to, God is in control. Kung inallow niya na hindi ko natapos, kung inallow niya na this is my plan, pero ito lang ang nangyari, okay, let go and just let God. Parang yon. So it's just sitting with God early in the morning and late at night. It's parang moments of refreshing. May song na ganun, di ba? Pero hindi ko naintindihan yung dati. Pero now, parang ito pala yung moments of refreshing. And I feel so refreshed. So yeah, breathe in His love, and let go of whatever. So when I exhale, I let go of whatever is not His. So and I find peace. So
Oo.
that's me. Yun na.
Ang ano, I love that. Kasi recently, I also started doing shorter meditations. Before it was longer, and then may prayers rin, ganyan. But then, lately, I really find short meditations, mga 5 to 10 minutes, ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
It's really so refreshing. As in, super, super refreshing. So I can relate to what you're saying. I love it. And I'm just so surprised na up to now you have so many teachers pa.
Yes. Yeah, I love learning. I'm a seminar junkie. So I have 2 teachers from India, one woman and another a man. Iba-iba. Yung isa business teacher, yung isa I have Filipino teachers as well.
Oo, ang galing, ang
Masaya.
galing.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, even I naman, I also have my teachers. So parang they're an important part of my life. At least sa akin ha.
Oo.
I also find guidance and advice from them.
Right. Diba?
Oo, sometimes we need that yung a third person who could, take a look at what we're doing and then ask the correct questions. Ayun. Yun yung ask the correct
Exactly.
questions. But thank you so much, Mommy N, for your time. And I'm really so touched that you've shared so many things. And a lot of it are
Daldal.
quite personal talaga. And syempre yung mga ibang masasakit na painful things naman, well, I'm sure when we think about it, there's still some kirot in it. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean na matagal na wala na. Hindi naman ganun ang
Right.
life, diba? So thank you for sharing that and showing your vulnerable side as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you also for the opportunity. Actually, every time I share, nababawasan yung pain. So, it's healing for me. So, kaya nga sabi ko, ipapakwento kaya ni Michelle? Hindi. Baka hindi. Kung hindi niya tanongin, hindi ko sasabihin. But since you asked, so I think it's a go signal for me to share and for you to allow me to heal also in this safe environment with you. Yan. Maraming salamat.
Oh, sige, before we end, baka gusto mo silang i-invite. Ako, I joined your private community.
Yay! Yan, sige. So kung gusto ninyong makasama si Miss Michelle sa aking private community, yan, it's a Facebook group called the Purpose Driven Business Builders. Yan, so if you have a dream, sabi ko nga isang araw, isang gabi sa aking Facebook live yung motto ko kasi is you are never given a dream without the power to make it come true. So if you have a dream, even a small dream of having your own business, and you would want to be with like-minded people who talk about business and who will not think you're crazy, because sometimes outside people think you're crazy if okay na yung trabaho mo, ba't mo pa iisipin ng negosyo eh. Pero kung meron kang maliit na dream, join our Facebook group para ma-nurture yung dream mo. No? So, the Facebook group, ang pangalan is Purpose Driven Business Builders. Yan. Purpose Driven Business Builders. So, yan. Marami kami doon.
I will share
kami
the
doon.
link. I will share the link of your group para if they have that, dream of creating a business, this might be something that they're really looking for.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much. Thank you very much sa mga nanood at nakinig. Sana our paths will cross again and I'll be able to make a difference in your lives. And thank you, Michelle. Maraming salamat talaga for this opportunity and for being there for me.
Thank you too for the privilege and the trust din. Ayun. I admire din people who would say yes kasi wala naman offense when people say no. I just know that they're not yet ready. Kasi syempre, di ba, there are times when I would also ask personal things, yung mga ganyan, and not a lot are open to discuss it yet. So, I'm thankful for those who are ready and who are courageous to say yes to this invitation. And it is an invitation. Ayun. So, thank you so much once again. And for the favored ones, well, you know that you're highly favored and really, really blessed. And I hope that this conversation has touched your lives. If the content has, inspired you and motivated you, share the you think, okay? So God bless everyone and take care. Thank you again, Mommy Ann.